Me being stood here, that gives you the right to...
If we find drugs in this premises, yes, and you were in this premises when we find drugs, then yes, that would give me the suspicion that you may well be in possession of drugs.
Even though I've told you why I'm here for a completely legitimate reason.
Tell us a lot of things. You may say you're here
as you can see, I've got my GoPro on the tripod, ready to interview someone about CBD products, as you can see here. My phone's there charging, so I can obviously film on that if this dies. I'm not doing anything illegal by being here.
Put that there. You're not doing anything illegal by just being here, no, I appreciate that.
And I've told you my legitimate reason for being here, so you've got no reason to suspect me or have any suspicion that I'm doing anything else other than what I've just told you.
You haven't given me your name.
I don't have to give you my name.
So how am I able to confirm if you are here for legitimate purposes?
Mike, at the moment, it's indicated there's some drugs in this bag.
How would me giving my name then...
Fella, listen to me, okay?
I'm listening to you, yeah?
Okay, we are here to arrest this gentleman, yeah? He's been arrested for a drugs offence. Yeah, just come out of the way for us, please.
This officer's reasoning is completely flawed. He admits that Nathan is not doing anything illegal, yet he still tries to create suspicion by arguing that if drugs are found on the premises, Nathan could also be suspected. That is not how reasonable suspicion works. Suspicion must be based on specific facts and a person's own actions, not simply on being near someone who may be involved in a crime. Nathan was there for a clear and lawful reason. He was interviewing the shop owner about CBD products. The officer even acknowledged this, but then asked, "How would I know you're here for a legitimate reason?" That misses the point. Nathan does not have to prove his innocence. It is the officer's responsibility to establish lawful grounds for suspicion. Once the officer accepted that Nathan was not doing anything illegal, there should have been no reason to keep treating him as suspicious.
Me being here is not enough suspicion.
Well, based on our intelligence that this gentleman here is supplying controlled drugs, not just being in possession of them, but he is a supplier of controlled drugs, and you are here with him, would then to me suggest there may be suspicion that you have been supplied drugs by him. Well, that is it.
If you search me, I don't consent to it, and I'll be taking legal action too.
So we're in the middle of an investigation at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Which we've got every right to do. Got a magistrate's warrant. We're on premise. All signed. Don't worry, you can have copies of that, as you well know. You can have all signed.
Wet signed.
Where is it? Like, can we see it before you proceed?
All signed.
Can we see
all signed.
Yeah.
The power to search is here. It's all sorted, and we're quite happy to share that.
Yeah, can we see it now? Like,
right. So
can we see that signature now? Like,
we've got that. Not yet.
Not yet.
But it's up at a different premises. So
surely, before you're doing all this, you should have to show that, because what if it's not signed?
No, the warrant. There might be some confusion. The warrant isn't for this premises. The warrant is home address.
Confidential to you, really.
So that's what the warrant is for. Obviously, this shop was open, which is why we've come in this morning and arrested the gentleman. So we don't need a warrant to be here now, because after being arrested, we have a power to search under Section 32.
This exchange shows how confused the officer's approach really is. One officer tries to justify entering the private business by mentioning a warrant. But when Nathan asks to see it, the officer admits that the warrant is actually for the shop owner's home address, not the shop. That immediately raises questions about its relevance to what is happening here. Then another officer claims they do not need a warrant because the shop is open and says they can search under Section 32 of PACE. Section 32 can give police certain powers to search premises following an arrest. But those powers have limits. They do not automatically allow officers to search everyone nearby or treat every person inside the premises as a suspect.
Can I go around to his premises too, while he's searching?
You won't be able to go in there, because that's totally different.
Yeah.
At the moment, because you're like secure, right, we don't know whether you'll take anything into that warrant or whatever, so you won't be allowed access there.
Whoever he is to you, friend, colleague, just a business acquaintance,
No,
whatever.
Just my friends.
Okay.
As far
He's been arrested for a drugs-related offence in terms of supplying drugs. Okay. So surely from that you can understand why I might suspect you may have been here. I'm not saying you are, but you may have been here in order to be supplied drugs.
Yeah, I can understand that.
If I satisfy myself that that's not the case, then you won't be searched. All I said to you was, if you need to be searched, I've told you the powers in which we would do them. But if you don't, then you won't be.
Like I'm saying, you don't have reasonable grounds. The only reasonable grounds you've got is suspicion.
So those reasonable grounds aren't yours to form, mate. They're mine. Okay.
Oh yeah, but then it's also you that'll be in the shit, so to speak.
Well, maybe, but that doesn't concern you then, does it? If I'm in the shit.
The officer's logic becomes even more concerning. He appears to assume that because the shop owner was arrested for allegedly supplying drugs, anyone inside the shop must somehow be connected to the same activity. That is not reasonable suspicion based on evidence. It is an assumption based on proximity. Simply being present at a location where an offense may have occurred does not automatically make someone suspicious. When Nathan challenges the officer, he receives the response, "Those reasonable grounds aren't yours. They're mine." That statement says a lot about the officer's attitude. Reasonable suspicion is not based on what an officer personally feels. There must be objective grounds that can justify the suspicion.
This helps you ground some more, just to give you some more information. There are some what look like medicinal cannabis, but there's also what in this bag and possession, what might not be. Just if that creates any more grounds for yourself.
Okay.
I'd be quite happy.
I'll have a stick in the bag and then.
So,
I'd be quite happy that.
So, on your opinion of something not being lawful, that would be enough
for the offence that's been investigated at the moment. Okay. And for what someone's been arrested for, and for what's been located on this premise at the moment.
So what's giving you the reasonable grounds to think that it's illegal, and what you found? Because
I don't need to go into what I found. I'll just say what's on the premise at the moment.
So you found some medical cannabis that's legal.
Well, I'm happy to detain you, okay, for lawful section.
Alright, what's your name?
23 Misuse of Drugs Act. My name at the moment is Acting Sergeant John Dillon, and I'm based at the Eastfield Police Station.
Alright, what's your collar number?
It's 1077. Is my collar number.
The acting sergeant then tells another officer that the shop owner had some medicinal cannabis, but even he is unsure what it actually was. That word, might, is important. If an officer does not even know whether an item is illegal, that is uncertainty, not solid evidence. Suspicion needs a proper factual basis. Despite this uncertainty, the acting sergeant moves forward and decides to detain Nathan under Section 23, but Nathan was not seen with drugs, he was not behaving suspiciously, and the supposed evidence had not even been confirmed as illegal. The officers appear to be building their case on assumptions rather than clear evidence.
Okay, I like to define my ethnicity. I define myself as white and British. Can I get your ethnicity, please?
Whatever you can see. What do I look like?
No, it's what we like to ask people. You can refuse if you like.
I don't answer any questions, to be fair, but what do I look like to you?
Okay, you do have the right to have a copy of the stop search certificate if you wish to do so. That's later, but I can explain that. I can also explain if you wish to complain and how you can go about doing that.
No,
obviously, everything that we're doing is it's being on record. It's on body worn, and I can see your recording there as well. I'm quite happy for you to hold that body worn camera. Nothing sharp, no.
Nothing. It's my headphones.
Thank you. Just turn around for me, please.
That was search inside pocket, man.
Oh yeah, thanks for pointing that out for me.
I don't want my face on social media, buddy.
You don't have that sort of right, I'm afraid.
Right, just point it that way.
I can point it wherever I want. I don't want my face all over your videos, but yeah, here I am.
But that's not going public, is it?
No, but I've got permission of the shop owner to be here filming, which trumps whatever you say, so...
This is where Nathan makes an important point. When the officer tells him to point his camera away, Nathan calmly explains that he does not have to. He has permission from the shop owner to record inside the premises. That is a significant detail. The shop may be private property, but it is open to customers, and Nathan was there with the owner's consent. The officer cannot simply replace the owner's permission with a personal demand without a lawful basis. This is not about what the officer prefers. It is about what the law actually allows.
All right, I'm going to ask you to leave if that's all right. You can't stay because we're going through a search now, so this is actually a crime scene at the moment of which we're going to be looking through. I can't leave you in the crime scene, so I'll be asking you to leave.
I can't literally stand here, no?
No.
Because that's what the owner wanted. He wanted me to stand here and just to make sure that, yeah, like I weren't in the theatre.
So you're going to have to leave the premises now.
I can't even stand by the door and...
You can be outside,
Yeah,
but you can't
public
be in
place.
here.
It's not be a public place.
So I think in fairness, I take it as your friend, isn't he?
Yeah.
Telling you. I think in fairness to him, he's the one in the cell, isn't he now? Right, he's under arrest. You were here when he was under arrest. Normally, I wouldn't tell you that because he'd have no right to know it.
Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Because you were present at the time, then you know it, don't you? But from here on in, it's an investigation now, right? And we can't be frustrated in doing that. And I just don't mean having someone filming. I mean the fact that if we find something, then it's a matter for him to account for it because you're not under arrest, so you're free to leave. So I'd ask you to leave now, please, as we get...
Is that a request, though, or is that an order?
What did I say?
The officers then claim that the shop has become a crime scene. But calling somewhere a crime scene does not automatically give police unlimited power to remove everyone inside. Nathan was there lawfully, had the owner's permission, and was not preventing the officers from carrying out their investigation. Nathan asks a very simple question. Is that a request or an order? And that is exactly the right question. If it is only a request, Nathan can choose whether to comply. If it is a lawful order, the officers need a legal power that allows them to make it. Simply saying that Nathan might interfere with the investigation is not enough by itself. The officers need to rely on an actual legal power rather than pressure or vague claims.
I ask you to leave, please, because we're in the middle of investigation.
And I can say no to that, can I?
Not really.
Not really, or...
Yeah, because no, you can't.
What happens if I do say no?
You'll be obstructing.
You're obstructing him.
So I do have to, it's
Well, I'm
it's not
asking
just
you
a
nice
request,
now.
is it?
That's how you want to. I'm asking you nice and politely.
If you're asking me though, then it's like I've got a choice to say yes or no, innit?
Your mate's under arrest, right? I'm asking you to leave the premises,
And open it
please.
up.
Okay?
And like I'm saying, do I lawfully have to do that? Or is
I'm
that
asking
just
you
a
to-
request?
I'm asking you to leave the
Because
premises.
the way that you're
I'm asking
wording
you to
it-
leave the premises at this point.
Was it honest person?
No, we'll just.
The way that you're wording it though, it's like
So
I've got a choice in
I'm
it.
asking you to leave the premises at this point, please.
Alright, yeah,
Okay.
no worries, I'll grab my
So
stuff.
Thank you.
What's your name?
You don't need to know my name,
So,
pal.
no, this phone.
Yeah.
I know you've unlocked it.
Do you want me to show you your fingerprint as well? Just to
got
double,
it.
just
Whose fingerprint would put us
just
Who has access to that?
me.
Or,
No
or
one
both
else.
of you?
No, this is my phone.
Is it?
Yeah, why would we both have access to a phone?
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
what sort of
I'm not being funny. I don't know you.
You don't know, you just asked a question and you don't even know why you asked it, do you?
Then things get even more questionable. As Nathan reaches for his phone, one of the officers picks it up as though it were evidence, despite apparently having no clear grounds to seize it. Nathan immediately points out that the phone belongs to him. The officer then asks, or both of you, as though Nathan's personal phone might somehow belong to both Nathan and the shop owner. Nathan's response says it all: "This is my phone. Why would we both have access?" The officer's answer, "I don't know," makes the situation even worse. Instead of relying on evidence or a clear legal basis, the officer appears to be making guesses and trying to justify his actions afterwards.
You're being very offensive, aren't you?
You just searched me for no reason,
No,
and then you're whinging about being filmed and stuff.
No,
do you know what I mean?
the
Saying that I'm being
officer- The
argumentative.
officer will explain the reasonable grounds for the search.
Is that good enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff.
What other stuff have you got yours? Just this?
There's that, there's me bag down here. Right.
Sorry, just
We'll have to search this. This one.
You can search all you want for it. Just get me stuff.
yeah, that's yours.
I'm not
isn't it?
gonna,
No,
like, have
that's
I caused you
yours.
any problems or anything so far?
No, you've
Yeah.
been
So-
okay.
No, I don't think it's cause, yeah.
You've got questions.
We've been
I'm
nice
not
and
going to
polite.
cause you any problems. So. Oh, sorry, what's your name and number?
PC Limited 1062.
Alright, thank you, mate. You'll be famous.
Thank you.
This entire encounter was a serious example of poor judgment and confusion. Nathan entered a legitimate business to conduct an interview, yet the situation quickly turned into a confrontation with several officers trying to treat a simple visit like a criminal investigation. The officers appeared unsure about their own powers and repeatedly relied on assumptions instead of clear evidence. The plainclothes officer's statement, "Those reasonable grounds ain't yours. They're mine," sums up the problem perfectly. Reasonable suspicion cannot simply be whatever an officer personally believes. It needs a proper legal and factual foundation. Then there was the unprofessional behavior, interfering with Nathan's phone, asking questionable questions, and struggling to explain the legal basis for their actions. But Nathan remained calm and challenged them at every stage. Instead of becoming aggressive, he relied on his knowledge and kept asking the officers to explain their powers. By the end, Nathan walked away with more than just the footage. He had documented the entire encounter and exposed how quickly authority can fall apart when officers are challenged with facts and legal questions. This audit is not just about one difficult encounter. It shows why accountability matters and why people need to understand their rights when dealing with authority. Nathan did not simply win an argument. He demonstrated the value of staying calm, knowing the law, and asking the right questions. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps support my independent coverage. Also, make sure to check out Nathan's channel, which is linked in the description, and show him some support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.